What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Phil Shocker, the Nicest Hedgehog here with our PEBA SemiFinals. That is right, guys. This league is not dead, and we are back. Before I get into the explanations and everything like that, you guys are new here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Phil Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's go ahead and break down the matchup. But before I break down the matchup, let me give you guys the backstory of why PEBA kind of did fall behind in terms of the weeks and uploads. You guys don't know this league, the PEBA is run by Aquarius herself, who, if you guys do not know, is also one of the main founding commissioners and members of the Galers of Champions, the CGT. I hope I got that right. And she's been hosting, the streams there. She's been recently starting her matches for the season, which you guys have not checked her out. Definitely go check her out. She's an amazing battler, very top tier up there, and some of the best. And she's been having to kind of focus a little bit towards that, with managing the dock and everything like that. And then she just came back doing this one, so totally understandable why, a lot of things, because then we had another week, to be fair, to give all the matches that we were going to try to do have done. Excuse me. Try to get done, try to be done. But unfortunately, that just was not, I think it was a fair thing to do, but afterwards, there was just, only one late match that was played and just forfeits handed out, so we overall, along with, I'm pretty sure, Aquarius, were the two teams undefeated in this season, and we're both going into this matchup facing opponents that we have not either faced or opponents that we have beaten in the past. So, if we can actually get to the finals and face Aquarius, that actually would be the perfect final battle. Undefeated team versus undefeated team. One goes with an undefeated streak, the other does not. I think that would be such a hype battle. Plus, battling Aquarius would actually be a real nice honor to do, because she is a really good battler. So, anyways, before I can focus on Aquarius in that matchup, I gotta get past my opponent this week in the semifinals, and that is Jack, J-A-C, Jack, for precise. And Jack's got a tough team. He's got actually I think an underrated team. I think when people look at this team, it's not really that good. But there's a lot of good pieces to this team, and I actually really like the team because there are a couple of favorites of mine in this team. So, looking at his squad, he has Licky Licky, Reggie Drago, Landorus, Entei, Sirfetch, Azumarill, Weavile, Rotomo, Jirachi, and Gmax. Butterfree for his Gmax. Again, Gmaxes can only hold Pokeballs. So, there is that reasoning behind that. Excuse me. He mostly, I think, picked up Gmax Butterfree just because of points, which he desperately needed for his roster. And in terms of his team, it's kind of a little hard to say what he brings, but I definitely don't think he's bringing Butterfree. I think out of all of his mons, that's definitely not coming unless he's not going to really take the build that serious, and he might bring it. Who knows? I don't know. Jirachi kind of comes, kind of can't come in some ways. If it does come, I think it's forced to Scarf. Excuse me. Forced in a Scarf role because of that. Otherwise, I don't know what else it could be. But Jirachi has a possibility to come. I don't think it does, but it's a possibility. Rotomo, I think, is a decently stronger potential possibility in this matchup. It's just a really good annoying mon. I think definitely like dual stab plus Will-O-Wisp in either Hex or Volt Switch is a really good move. Excuse me. Is a really good set for it, and it really just whittles down a lot of things on my team, so I can't really do too much against. There was kind of some strategy involved in what I wanted to do with the team. There was some strategy I wanted to get involved, but I just don't know if I was going to be able to pull it out, so there's going to be that, but we'll talk about that. And the last one, at least, is Weavile. Weavile, I don't know, really. I feel like Weavile has a good matchup, The problem is Weavile kind of semi-struggles with my darks in some ways, and it really struggles to break through metal. Yeah, it's got low kick, but low kicks at most, and if it's banded, isn't to a KO, so it doesn't do really too much. And it's forced to be banded. So I can play around that. And plus, I can make easy switches with clicking brick rate. So, on some of my ones, which really important there as well. But yeah, but looking at his main six, Licky Licky definitely comes for the fact that one, I don't have a fighting type in my draft. So that makes a total sense to bring Licky Licky. And last time this happened, we were to beat Licky Licky with special, when it was definitely especially defensive Licky. So we have proven that we can beat the Licky without a fighting type. I think we have a better team to beat the Licky with the fighting type as well. We have Regidrago, which Regidrago honestly is terrifying. Very, very terrifying. If we don't see Regidrago, honestly, we have a chance to just straight up win the league, win the match, because Regidrago is such a threat. I feel like he's forced into Scarf or Dragon Dance in some way. Oh, excuse me. If he's Scarfed, he is going to be Dragon Energy, and he's definitely going to be probably max speed in some regards, or enough speed to outspeed Zero Aura potentially, in that type of regard. So it's a bit scary, but Regidrago I think we can build around fine, especially because again it can just freely lock into a dragon move. But again, if I Dynamax, I can actually beat Regidrago. So there's that. Landorus, massive threat. I'm pretty sure this is Sand Force Landorus, but still, it's a massive threat versus my team. Offensively, outspeed's actually the biggest thing on this team that I'm really scared about, which is Salabit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Entei, Bandit Entei, definitely a big threat. Definitely I think is forced to go max max, but I don't know if it's going to go adamant with bulk or speed and just a max with that right there. Servetch is a massive problem. I don't have a switch into Servetch on my team. The only thing that on my team with going against Servetch that I can reliably switch in is Salamence. Yeah. Servetch, dummy broken. If he doesn't bring Servetch, that actually opens up a massive door for a lot of things on my draft, which is a big thing. And I think the last thing he might be bringing is going to be the Azumarill. I'm not 100% confident on the Azumarill. Again, I can see like the Weavile and Rotobo being swapped out. And honestly, if we see no Azumarill, as you can see, we're bringing Incineroar, which is spoilers right there. Incineroar has a field day. Absolute field day this matchup. So that's something definitely to factor in as well. So, okay, that's his team. Again, I see the top six coming. Again, potentially, maybe the one that gets he swapped out is Azumarill for something like Weavile, Rotomo, and even maybe Jirachi. But the reason also I think Azumarill, I think the sap super set is actually really, really good. It stops my Tangrowth from doing anything in this matchup, where Tangrowth can actually provide decent enough work in this match. So there is that. Sorry for yawning so much, guys. Just dragging out the video. Anyways, let's go and break down the team we're bringing this week. We're first kicking it off with my GoldenEye 007, my G-Max Inteleon here, which I think has definitely been a good MVP mon for this season. Definitely doing what I wanted to do, which is be mostly a breaker, which is really, really good. We have Hydro Pump, Snipe Shot, Ice Beam, Air Slash. We are running enough speed to outspeed max speed. What am I was thinking of something. What am I saying? I got sidetracked by some messages, but Inteleon. Inteleon's just been a really good breaker mon, and I think I definitely gotten some respect for regular Inteleon. But G-Max Inteleon definitely on the bucket list of things I want to try in the future. But anyways, G-Max Inteleon, fantastic mon this matchup. Hydro Pump, Snipe Shot, Ice Beam, and Air Slash. Air Slash obviously gets the speed boost. Once I get a speed boost, I am faster than everything on his team, guaranteed. Unless for some reason he has Scarfed Weavile, which I highly doubt he's going to be. But basically, I outspeed everything on his team once I get an Airstream up. And Ice Beam, Snipe Shot, literally just go ham on his draft. There's only one mon on his team that stops this, and that is literally just Azumarill. Azumarill is a massive, massive problem. But if it is not huge power Azumarill, it is not a threat. Because Air Slash basically beats it, and once Air Slash chips it down into Hydro Pump or Snipe Shot range, I can basically just kill it from there. So that's really good. Basically only modest because we have enough speed creeping to be able to do the speed creep that we need to, and I threw the rest into bulk. Also, again, Dive Ball must need because it is a Pokeball rule, but I think Inteleon could easily be a breaker or a win con for this matchup. And I forgot to name one of my Pokemon. I hate it here. But up next we have Sky High, the Salamence, boy. And this was a kind of a hard build for me this week in terms because I literally just saw the schedule for this matchup today, so I find that really funny. So looking at the matchup, it was really hard, but I looked at this matchup, I saw that Dragon plus Fairy with fire coverage beats my opponent's draft. There is no ifs, there is no ands, and there is no buts. And that is what I think is really, really cool about Mence this matchup. I am bringing Intimidate Mence, because Mence can stop everything else on his team from being a kind of a problem, except for obviously Sirfetch'd, but I don't think Sirfetch'd has enough coverage to hit me with it, and plus Sirfetch'd is never really staying in on me, so there's that. But we are running Hurricane, Air Slash, Dragon Pulse, Fire Blast with the choice Specs. I think Specs Salamence really shreds this matchup. I think it's really, really good. We are running 108 in HP for bulk, max special attack, and 148 speed. Now, the speed is very risky for this matchup because I could just speed tie with the Entei, but I decided to creep for Adamant Entei. If he's running Adamant with certain speed creep, I actually will outspeed max speed Adamant Entei, and if I land my Dragon Pulse or if I have to go for the Hurricane to get the kill, I can kill. Then Entei's dropped, and with Entei dropped, that opens up the door a lot for my next Mon to come into this matchup. But Salamence, fantastic breaker this matchup. Could be potentially a win con if we get into the right position for it. But up next, we have Melmetal, which is supposed to be named Nuts and Bolts because of how unoriginal I am with my name. But this is a bit of a semi-risky Melmetal set, but it's a Melmetal set that I think just works. We are running Sub, Double Iron Bash, Earthquake, and Toxic. Now, this is the strategy right here. The key is to sub up when Entei comes in. It's key to sub up when Jirachi comes in, if it's got coverage. Or Landorus comes in. I sub up, and basically whatever in front of me, I just attack. If it's Azu, Licky, or maybe even Regidrago, I go for the attack, or I go for the Toxic. I need to wear down my opponent's draft. By wearing down his draft, I can bring in some of my sweepers and be able to finish off the match. So that's going to be a big thing to factor into this matchup. There, Sub-Toxic helps there. And again, with Rotomo is 100% a counter to this thing, 100% of the time. But if Rotomo is forced to always click, and its only electric move is Volt Switch, it's forced to click Volt Switch, and it lets me make a prior movement. But that has to be with my substitute up. If I don't have my substitute up, and it has the Will-O-Wisp, it's obviously going to freely go for a Will-O-Wisp. I have potentially free switch-ins to a couple of things on my team that I can actually go into on the Will-O-Wisp and all that sense. So there is going to be definitely a big kind of factor with that, but I have aspects into where I think you can go with this. But Melmetal, fantastic Mon. I've actually really loved using Melmetal this season, and I think I've got some new appreciation for how to use Melmetal this time around as well. Up next, hopefully the biggest breaker and potential win con of this matchup is going to be Zeraora. We are running Plasma Fist, Play Rough, Post Combat, and Volt Switch. This moveset has no switch-ins. I need to either weaken down Regidrago to the point where it is 2 KO'd by Plasma Fist, and I basically need to weaken down and kill that, that Landorus. And have to pray to God it's not Scarf Landorus, even though more than likely 10 times out of 10 it's going to be. And I need to figure out my pivoting way behind it. So there's going to be that. But
Overall, Zero Aura, phenomenal mon in this matchup. 112 in HP, max attack, 48 into defense, 56 with depth, 40 into speed, which is only enough speed to outspeed the landers. I'm not running speed for Weavile. And you might think that's actually very risky, but honestly, Weavile, all it's going to do to me is most likely click knockoff and then claim a KO, unless it's Focus Sash. But with Zero Aura being baited, there is no switching on this team with this mon, so I think it's going to be opening up a lot of big doors for Zera in this matchup. So definitely something to note with that. One of the MVPs I feel like for our draft this season is definitely Ghost Freak the Dust Noir, and we're bringing a very offensive Dust Noir this week. Just standard max bulk for HP in the 4 defense, obviously with max attack, which we've run before. But this is a very risky Dust Noir set because I'm going with a set that doesn't rely with Trick Room, where Trick Room is actually probably to be more better and more useful to have with this type of a matchup. So I'm going Brick Break, Poltergeist, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. Thunder Punch just there to check the Azu so I can beat that thing and weaken that thing down. Ice Punch for the Regidrago plus Poltergeist to kill, but Ice Punch is also mostly there for the Landorus in case I want to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. Ice Punch also helps with the Roto-Mow as well, which is really nice. And then Brick Break helps with Licky Licky, kills Weavile, and then Poltergeist, which if we don't see any of the really big checks to that, spamming Poltergeist is going to be fun. So I think Ghost Freak can be a really good supportive piece for that role. And this is, I feel like, a bit of a challenging set, but I think is going to put in the absolute work. So we have prepped for Adamant max speed, or basically if he was running Adamant or something like that, with Surfetched, and this is where the set came into mind. We are running Sword Dance, Knockoff, Thunder Punch, and Flare Blitz. Basically with the set at +2, something dies, unless something slow is in front of me. If something slow is in front of me, I can actually do a lot of damage in killing something, or we can need something severely down. Hopefully I take the hit, and then go from there. So, Incineroar basically is going to be another breaker. We're bringing a lot of breakers this matchup. We have a breaker in Sin, we have a breaker in Avatar, we have a breaker in Sky High, and most likely a breaker in Inteleon. We don't really have a key winning piece that is like the absolute main way to win this match type of thing. But we have a good number of pieces that can actually combine themselves up. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. And you know what? At the end of the day, if we get knocked out of PEBA for the semifinals and everything like that, and, I might just stay in the PBA, sign up for next season, see how well we do. But, yeah, but all in all, I had a lot of fun with the team I drafted. I think I drafted a lot of good new mons that I wanted to use again for future leagues. And I got to use some old favorites that I love to use. So definitely some things to note there. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if like I said, if you haven't already. And join the Fish Soccer Crew today. I'll see you until next time, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.